Today is Friday, April 28th, 2017. My name is Eric Striffler, and I'm going to try to answer 10 of your questions in 10 of my minutes. Let's start the clock.
Jacob Bullard on Facebook says, looks like Casey Cooke will be returning for Glass. Tell us how you really feel.
Her story's over. That's how I feel. I think Casey's story ended at the end of Split. Split spoilers, obviously. It's been out for a while. I think that's fair. I don't need to know anything else about what Casey's doing or where she's going or anything. I got it. You know, clearly at the end she was going to tattle on her uncle, and that's it. Like she was strong enough to do that, and that was her character arc. I don't love the idea of her being like a sidekick to Bruce Willis or anything like that. I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. I don't get it. I do get it from like a Hollywood standpoint. Like I guess like she's an up-and-coming actor and you want to keep her in the movie because Split did well. She was the star of Split. I got to tell you, I don't think it's necessary. I think James McAvoy, Bruce Willis, and Sam Jackson, that's all you need. Baby!
Guy Altman on Facebook.
That said, I'm still very excited. I am excited, though.
Great. What was the first idea for a screenplay you had?
The first idea for a screenplay I had, oh boy. You know, technically the first thing I ever... Maybe not the first thing. No, it wasn't the first thing I ever wrote. When I was a kid, it wasn't a screenplay, but I used to write little stories, like little books, I guess, little novels. And it's funny because they were just like one long paragraph. Every chapter was just a long-ass paragraph, which is really funny to think about. I think I still have this somewhere, but it was called House of Norman. Don't even know what that means. I just woke up from a dream one day, and House of Norman was in my head. I mostly was ripping off Lord of the Rings. I know Gollum was in it. We went to the Mall of America with him, rode the roller coasters. It was me and my friends, and basically it was also just an excuse for me to like write love stories about the girls I liked in school. And what was really crazy was that not only everybody loved it, and also the teacher would read it out loud. So I would be sitting in class, and the teacher would literally be just talking about like my little love fantasies with the girls in my class. And it was girls. It wasn't just one. It was like we just kind of like shared around. But yeah, that was the first thing that I ever wrote. It wasn't a screenplay, but as a kid, I'm sure I dreamed of it being a screenplay at some point. Yeah, there you go.
Wyatt Payton on Facebook asks, is there a movie you wish you could erase from existence?
Saw 7 comes to mind because that, you know, I feel like we could do a lot better, especially with Saw Legacy coming out apparently this year. I say apparently, but I think they shot it. I don't know. That's happening. As far as I know, that is happening. I would say, yes, Saw 7, just anything that, like, ended a franchise that, like, could have continued better. And they retcon that stuff sometimes. I mean, like, what's, I don't know. I feel like you could say that about Terminator maybe, or like Aliens universe. I don't know. There's a lot of franchises that like could have continued. Oh, Halloween is one where they're just doubling back and making Halloween 3 as though the rest of it never happened. So I don't know. There's a lot of franchises where I feel like, yeah, like the final one wasn't up to snuff and you could have finished it better. So, but they do retcon them often enough that it really doesn't seem to matter anymore.
At bday_28 on Twitter asks, what type of cameras do you use when you film your videos?
Canon 5D. Canon 7D, and I mean it's like Mark II or better, I guess. I think there's only a Mark II for this for the 7D at this point. I don't know if they have a Mark III yet, but yeah, Canon Canon 5D, Canon 7D. Those are the ones I use. However, those are a little more expensive. You could absolutely get away with using a T series, like the T5i, I think, or the T6i, whatever the most recent one is. I always recommend those to people. The glass is more important than the camera body, in my opinion. Although the sensor is obviously important as well for low light. Invest in good lenses. That's what I say.
At Staticstruck on Twitter asks, what could you do a TED Talk about?
The history of Panic at the Disco. I've done that multiple times now to different people. I just had a road trip with my buddy Miles, and I basically gave him like the full history of Panic at the Disco. And I've been told by other people that I could run like a college course on the history of Panic at the Disco. That or maybe the Saw franchise, I guess, but definitely that's the first thing that comes to mind, Panic at the Disco.
At Masrani25 on Twitter asks, if you could time travel back to a movie's opening night, what movie would it be and why?
Psycho, I don't think I need to explain myself any further. I've always said that if I could go back in time and be at the premiere of Psycho, just the time period, the type of movie, the whole 9 yards, I would do that in a heartbeat. That's got to be the greatest Gotta be the opening night of Psycho had to be the greatest. I mean, technically any night that Psycho was open because it's not like there was social media to spoil the movie. But the opening night of Psycho, 1961, I want to say. I think that's when it was, or 1960. That's probably gotta be the. That's a no-brainer to me. That's it.
Dan Frederick on Facebook asks, what is your favorite movie production company?
A24. Wow, these are really easy, but I'll explain. Definitely A24. I think that they have done. There's a couple of misses. There was one that came out that I forget. It was called like something about a monster, or maybe like The Monster. I don't remember what it was. Didn't care for it. Thought it was pretty dumb. Also, I just saw Free Fire recently. I'll probably be doing a trailer reaction on that. But just generally speaking, I liked it. It just wasn't, it wasn't like one of the best movies I've ever seen or anything like that. More so, that one just had an interesting concept, and that's enough for me as far as A24 goes. So as long, A24 just seems to be like the highest quality for the most part, more hits than misses studio that I've seen in a long time.
At IDV115 on Twitter asks, how do you handle a heartbreak?
Music. In a car while I yell along really loud to spill canvas. All Over You. I'm trying to think of songs, but specifically All Over You is a big one. Yeah. Definitely music. Maybe not writing because I'm bad at writing, but like making little short film, like The Search Party. I don't know, like those little things like that. Nyctophobia. Oh my God. Nyctophobia 2014 was literally just like a response to something like that. Creating, I guess. It's good. Sometimes, no joke, I actually had this complex where I thought that like, I told this to a girl on a date one time where I was like, I think I need heartbreak to make good things. And she was like, that's fucked up. And I was like, yeah, I guess this date's over. But no, realistically, yeah. How do I handle it? One step at a time, baby. It's different every time. But those are the things that always just happen.
At Red Bandit 92 asks, are there any films that you have previously given a negative review to that you now love?
X-Men Origins Wolverine. No, in the last couple of weeks, I love it now. A movie that I didn't like that now I love. I don't know. I feel like I'll definitely say it mostly happens the other way for sure. I'll give a positive review to a movie and then I end up really not caring for it. I guess I wish I could think of one, and if I do, I'll come back to it. But it definitely usually happens the other way because I just change as a person, and I feel like I usually change as a person where I wouldn't like something I previously liked, as opposed to all of a sudden I would like something I didn't like. Maybe, damn, I wish I could think of one. I don't know. I rewatched Back to the Future 3 recently, and it was better than I remembered. I guess it's still not like the best or anything, but it was better than I remembered. Yeah, I don't know. I have to think about that one a little bit more. So I'll maybe come back to it. But generally speaking, I think it happens the other way around more frequently.
Christian Karkesh, perhaps, on Facebook asks, what was your best and/or first concert experience?
Concert experience?
Yes.
Best concert. Okay, well, I'll go worst concert experience would have been when I just like flat out missed a band. Like when you're really trying to time it nicely and you think you're gonna get there right in time to see the bands, and it turns out that they went on one. You think they're gonna be like the final act, and they turn out to be like the opener. I missed at the time. I really wanted to see Boys Like Girls at Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey, and we got there right when they finished. I think that's what it was. Boys Like Girls. So that happened a few times. Like otherwise, can't think of any other like really bad ones. Because that's the worst thing that could possibly happen, right? Missing the band completely. Best concert experience, technically, it was a small show. I've had a couple of great experiences, actually a ton of great experiences at concerts, but the one that comes to mind as the best is I went to go see last February. It was like I saw one of my favorite bands of all time, Madison. Last time I saw them was in January of 2006, and then they broke up later that year, and God, I wish I knew that was going to happen because I could have gone to their final show that I didn't know about, whatever, that it was that year. And then in 2016, the lead singer and one of the guitarists just happened to do like an emo night thing in New Jersey, and my parents, it was right before my birthday, my parents for my birthday sent me money to get an Uber there and back, which was like the best gift ever, and it was one of the best things I've ever done in my whole life.
All right, well, you've got 40 seconds left. Any final words?
It's a beautiful day out here in the park in New York City, and thank you everybody for asking those questions. I guess I'll start doing the wrap up now, and then you just tell me when the timer's up. I appreciate you asking questions. This is really fun. It's nice to come outside. I hate being inside doing these things in front of the brick wall, so whenever I can go elsewhere, that's what I'm going to do. Hope you liked it. 10,
15 seconds.
9, 15, 14, 13, 12. I don't know. There's, in case you can't hear the dogs, there is a dog park, and I keep watching some adorable dogs running around. It's really sweet. I wonder how this game went, by the way. I wonder who won, you know?
And time is up.
That's it, baby. If you'd like to see any more of my videos, you can click right over here to watch reviews, movie reviews, trailer reactions, etc. You can also click right here to subscribe and make sure you never miss a video. And clicking the like button ain't going to hurt you. Thank you very much for watching. That's pretty much it.